Welcome to the Solopreneur CEO podcast. I'm Karen Kilby-Clark, and along with my co-host Marcia Sheehan, we help solopreneurs lead with clarity and build businesses that grow without burnout. This show is for solopreneurs who've built something real but are carrying more of the load than they want to be. Your business works, but it depends too heavily on you. And deep down, you know it shouldn't feel this hard. Here, we talk about the mindset, systems, structure, and support it actually takes to run a business without sacrificing your well-being. We're not about hustle culture or pushing harder just to survive. This podcast is about stepping out of reactive solopreneur mode and into CEO-level leadership so your business can support your life instead of consuming it. If you're ready for honest conversations, real-world strategies, and a lot less pretending, you're in the right place. Let's get started.
Well, this is business ownership, people, okay?
It all ties in. It's all about your business. But it all ties back to empowering and your values and leading with your values and working with people who share your values. And the only way you know that is if you talk about them. You don't have to have a podcast to talk about them, but you can put it on your website. You can post it on your social media or put it in your newsletter. So then you attract the people that you want to work with.
Yes.
Am I going to optimize my website for Claude and ChatGPT? No, because I don't want people using Claude and ChatGPT to find me. That's not a good fit, right?
Right.
That makes no sense. So you just, it all goes back to alignment and values and audacity and empowerment and all of that. It all ties in. We're not off the rails, Marcia. We're right on track.
Okay, good. Because I never know.
We'll go with it.
This is definitely going off the rails, but I thought about it yesterday. So I feel like when authors have a ghostwriter and it's so apparent, like I feel like that is kind of like AI. I recently started writing fiction. I always knew I was supposed to be a writer. I just love the fact that I know you because I'm like, once I'm ready to get to that point, like I do want a human editing it. I don't want to feed it into the slot machine. I'm keeping all this like pure in my brain, and on a Google, which makes me paranoid too, but whatever.
Well, I know. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like you just don't. You can't really trust anything now. But I'm like, I can't have it on a notebook. This is just a side thing that I'm doing just for my own fulfillment. And when you hear of authors having ghostwriters or they're writing books using AI and all of that, it's like, why? What is the point? I don't know. It just seems so like it's like processed food, right? It's like not.
Ghostwriting is the precursor to generative AI, and people certainly have opinions on if it's quote okay or not. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought about ghostwriting in a long time, to be honest with you. If you can tell it was ghostwritten, that means that it was poorly ghostwritten because it's supposed to be in the author's voice and style and sound like them, right? Like if you wrote or if you read a book that I supposedly wrote and it was extremely formal and had no emojis or exclamation points, you would know it's not me. And that means it was poorly ghostwritten and poorly edited by me because I should have caught all of that. But yeah, I don't know if I have a good, well thought out opinion on that right now. But I'm going to be thinking about it now because I mean, ghostwriters still use their brains. They're not using a robot, but they are writing in place of someone, which there could be many reasons for that. Many reasons. Time, ability,
capacity, like learning disability,
so many things, right? So I don't want to make like a blanket statement without. Imagine that. I want more information before I can form an educated opinion. I will say, like, the big difference is that ghostwriters use their brains. Generative AI does not. And it's just regurgitating everybody else's IP that was stolen to build it. So that's the main difference I can come up with right now. But I'm going to be thinking about that. Thank you, Marcia.
Anytime you want things that I have questions about. Yeah,
Please.
I have questions, right? Like I'm
Yeah.
very curious, and so I just love working with people where they are an expert in what it is that they do. I mentioned you at the retreat that I went to, and the facilitator, he's been doing it for like decades. And I was like, one of the members of my society, she has a membership and it's all with editors. And he was like, well, what do you mean? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do I mean? He was a writer, facilitator. I don't
Okay.
know much about, like, I haven't been in that world for long enough to stereotype anyone,
Sure.
which I probably
Sure.
shouldn't do anyway. But I've seen facilitators where it's kind of like there's like a disconnect between,
Yeah.
you know, but he was just like, I don't understand what she does. I'm like, well, she provides support for like freelance editors. I'm like, it's literally in the title, like
Yeah.
Freelance Editors Club. It's like a membership. Like, I don't know how to. Anyway, so
Yeah.
but
well,
I
there's
was saying
still a
that.
lot of mystery about what editors do.
Oh, I'm sure.
A
Yeah. Well,
lot of people don't know the different types of editing, the different types of editors. That is still
right.
very common to not know.
Yeah,
Very.
and that was part of the retreat that I loved, was like learning that you can actually have an editor who can help you with like the flow of your, what are they called?
Yes.
It's like an architect editor or something, or no?
See, there's all these new terms coming out too.
Okay. Yeah.
Like back in the day, if you're talking about like plot and setting and like the meat, that's a developmental edit.
Okay.
By a
Yeah.
developmental editor, excuse me. If you're getting into sentence structure and style and voice, that's line editing. If you're talking
Okay.
about grammar, spelling, punctuation, fact checking, that's copy editing. And then proofreading is
Okay.
the final check for any like last remaining typos and errors that happen. But then there's a
Yeah.
whole bunch of other stuff too. Like it's
Yeah.
a multi-level process, but people are just who don't know just will be like, I need my book edited. And it's like, that's a loaded question. Like, what does that mean? And then that's where we
Right.
come in with the education.
Yeah, which is good, because it's like, do you want it edited so that it can be pitched?
Exactly.
Yeah, like,
Yep.
yeah, you're such an advocate for editors to stay in business, because for me, being a human is going to be the cheat code in the future. I do branding and marketing. That's my business that I have. But I hired a duo in the area because I met them at a networking thing. And one of them was just very colorful and wearing bright clothes and like fun earrings. And, you know, we were having a conversation. I ended up hiring her and her partner to help me with my personal brand, because I couldn't do it because I was too in it, you know? And I'm
Yep.
like, can you give me some clarity? People are always going to hire other people, especially at the level that we're at, where it's solopreneurs, small businesses, mom and pop shops. Like, sure, you can have AI create a month's worth of social media, but you know what? People are going to scroll right past it because it's social media slop. And people underestimate, because like right now there is still some independent thought and there's some intellectual processing going on. Like maybe 5 years from now, people won't know the difference, but then we're going to be being sold to in some other way, you know? Anyway, okay. Stay focused. I want to talk to you about how you run your business, because you have multiple parts of it. You have the membership, you're actually an editor, and then, I mean, you're a mom, or you're a wife, you're very involved in your community. What does any given week look like? And do you plan on, sorry, I'm like
No, it's just funny.
Many questions at once, but like,
love it.
Do you ever plan on like hiring anyone or like
so
growing
I
your
do.
business? Okay.
Yeah. Well, yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, I am all the things that you said. Any given week is a crapshoot because I have kids. They get the disease of the week from school or daycare. Things happen, but I typically work a traditional hours. Typically, so that for me right now that looks like about 9 to 3 while my kids are at school and daycare. But I also sometimes will work in the evenings after they go to bed, depending on what's going on. I try not to, but there are just seasons where you kind of need to, which I'm in right now. Most of the time, I don't work the weekends. But again, if the situation calls for it and the kids are off doing their own thing, which is great and a whole nother level unlocked in parenting, I have to tell you, they can just play independently. I'm like, but it's traditionally like that. And then I have, let's see, I've hired contractors let me just say that, throughout my business. Right now, I'll just say right now I have a podcast producer who edits and does all the back end zhuzhing with the podcast, writes the blog posts, generates the transcript, edits the episode and all of that. I, of course, edit all of it because, hello, what I do. But her and her team do that. And then I have sort of a project manager, VA kind of a situation who helps me with some of the admin-y stuff with the club on a monthly basis. I had someone I was paying to help me with SEO, excuse me, which is a bit on hold because I just launched a new website. So I have people like that. I just built a new website and hired someone and had a branding project. I don't ever, as of right now, think I will hire anybody, like an official employee of Tara Whitaker Inc., because that does not sound appealing to me. I don't want to manage anybody. I don't want to be what's the word? Words, Marcia. I don't want
supervising, micromanaging, supervising.
Yes. I don't want someone reliant on me. How's that?
For work, right?
For work,
I feel
right.
like, oh my God, like trying to like, and I get that's why like a lot of companies suck, because the people are like, oh, well, I got to give them work because I'm paying them a salary. And it's like,
right.
Right.
Yeah. And I am, this is something that I've worked through a lot through the years, because when I started this, it was all, oh, well, if you're going to scale, if you're going to make six figures, all these buzzwords, you've got to hire and you got to do this. And it's like, okay, that's fine. But what if I'm happy with just making whatever that amount is? And yes, full disclosure, I would like to make money. And I do make money because I am not independently wealthy, nor do I have a trust fund or anything. So I have to work to make money. But I'm not looking to be the next, like, I don't know, big time, big shot entrepreneur that makes 28 figures. Like, not because I have imposter syndrome, it's because I just don't want that responsibility or that visibility. I want to make an impact in my own little niche, in my own little corner of the world, and I want to make money and I want to help people and support my family, and that's good. It doesn't have to be 9 figures and have a roster of 40 employees. Like, that sounds horrendous to me. I would rather make far less money and it just be me and some chosen contractors that I like to work with. Am I selling myself short? I don't know, but it's a lifestyle choice too. I don't want to work all the time, nor do I want to be responsible for all these other people and things. That just, I don't know.
That's what a capitalistic society ingrains in everyone. It's like you have to be constantly proving your worth. We're constantly being told that we're not enough. So the way that you can counterbalance that is by showing that you are, by having all of these material things. Once you can break loose from that thought about, I just need to work really, really, really hard now to make a lot of money so I'm set up for the future. But what are you compromising in the current situation? Your ability to be there for your kids and knowing that, like, hey, they're at the age where they're going to be bringing home, funguses and like they're like petri dishes, right? Like your kids are literally petri dishes right now.
They are.
So you having that ability to just go with the flow, like, it's so frustrating. And I know that because I went through that with my kids. I wasn't making money though. I was working and not making money and, working on my money mindset. Like, that's been a whole thing. The things that are happening in my family right now, I have the ability to be there completely emotionally for everyone, and it took me a while too. And it really is like, it's an unlearning. It's an unlearning to realize that, like, you can be okay with enough. You don't have to strive. And I just
that you need to put that on a quote. It's okay to have enough.
Yeah, it really is. Cause like I had the conversation when I worked at the government agency in my like late teens, to like 23 or whatever. But my dad worked at the same agency and we had a lunch one day and he like started crying and he was like, I just feel like I was never there for you and your sisters. And I regret that. He's like, that's the biggest regret that I have. I had a stay-at-home mom, and I'm not trying to trad wife anything here. Like, me not making money, like, like that's not
Yeah,
I think you should do whatever you want to do, but I do think that at some point, the expectation that you have that the world wants you to reach a certain dollar amount, you're going to realize as you get older, like, oh, that was not real. And then you're
yeah.
going to look at your relationships and your community and your life, and you're going to be like, wow, it's really, really quiet right now. And I have a lot of regrets. So it's like, slow the fuck down. Like,
Yes,
you know,
yes. We're so focused on the quantifiable things, like the
yeah.
amount of money and the da da da. And I, real talk, yes, I used to be motivated by that as well. And I still am to an
Yeah.
extent because again,
Yeah,
we
me
all
too.
need money.
Like, yeah, we like
Like,
money. Like, I'd love to have like the tree in my backyard cut down,
oh my
but
gosh,
can't
like
afford it right now.
100%, 100%. But then also realizing that the unquantifiable things like impact and being there for your kids and having flexibility and showing up as your best self as a parent, because oh my gosh, I don't know about you, but parenting my kids has also been a massive lesson in parenting myself and parenting my past childhood, maybe even more so than parenting my own children. But that takes a lot of mental and emotional capacity, and I would rather spend that on those things than aim for some arbitrary dollar amount that someone has said that is the goal. Like, that's not what's going to satisfy me through my life. And that's not what I'm going to look at the end and be like, oh, I'm so glad that I made all of this money, but my kid is a wreck. Like, let's put this in perspective here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we're having this conversation because it's something I think about a lot, but I don't actually talk about it because I never want it to be like judgmental. Because there are people
Right.
who, yeah, where it's like, but I just want everybody, like, that's my mission in life. I wrote it down. I have put it in the blog, but like my mission in life is for people to have independent thought so that they can use their gifts to make the world a better place.
Yes.
And so like the independent thought comes from, am I just going through the rat race because society has shown me that that's the only way? So like just think about the situations that you're in. Like you don't have to, you know, turn your, like, that's why we use solopreneur. It's not entrepreneur. Like we're not trying to make enterprises. Like
Yes.
when you were saying having 40 employees, I'm like, and you were like, I'd rather have no money. I'm like, I'd rather live in a cardboard box than like have to manage other people, like I have a hard enough time managing myself. And like, it just, my energy, my capacity, like it's just not for me.
No.
So,
And that's okay.
yeah.
And like what you said, if I'm not saying I'm anti-money on any level.
No. We love money.
God, we love money. We love women having money.
Yes.
We love marginalized people having money. We love
Yes.
all of the money because we know that we use it for good and not to buy social media platforms or all of that. So
there's
yes,
a quote. There's a quote that says, "Bad things don't happen when women have more money."
Nope.
So I will say that is where my want for money is, so that I can spend it on things. Yes. It's not to buy a yacht. It's not to have a private jet. Like I feel like, I can make a nickel scream. So like I would still be, like, if I were to have like a windfall, my novel turns into like a mini series on, Netflix or whoever. Yeah. Then it's like, but like I would just, maybe charter a plane instead of just buy a plane. So it's like, like there are ways that you can, use your money for impact. Yeah. We're definitely not saying like, don't make money. Like money's good. We love it, but don't have that be like what you think is, I'm going to reach this goal and then I'm going to be fulfilled.
Right. There's lots of different goals and none of them are better or worse than another. They're just yours and they're all okay and they're all valid.
My dog started talking. Barking. You were one of the first person to join the Success Secret Society. Yay! Can you share in a couple words, like why you decided to join?
Yeah. So obviously talked about having my own community. Being a community facilitator or moderator or whatever is amazing and I love it. And I don't see myself changing that anytime soon. And I was also looking for a community that I could be a member of and participate in on that level and not have to organize it, plan it, run it, etc. And again, we've known each other for how many years now? I knew you're legit. I was so excited to see that you had Karen on board, or like you were teaming up. And so it was kind of a no-brainer. I will be transparent though, and you know this too. I have found the switch from being a moderator or facilitator to a member difficult, which has also been very interesting and enlightening because it's helped me recognize how some members in my community might be feeling about participating. And I'm not scared to participate. It's not anything like that, but it's setting aside the time and making sure that I am a participant and an active participant. And I promise I will be better at that in the future. Also, time zones are a pain in the butt. I'm just going to throw that out there in many ways. But yes, but the people in the community are amazing and people that I look up to and want to learn more from. So yeah, I'm just pumped to be a part of the group.
Thank you for that. And I agree too, like being at that retreat, because I've led retreats, I'm like, you see the facilitator and you're kind of like, it's like you're kind of gleaning like how you can do things different, but also like, okay, I'm not here to lead, I'm here to participate. So which is good. Like we need that. We need those safe, supportive spaces that we know are there and available for us. So thank you so much for being here. I know you have a meeting, so I want to be
thank you for having me.
Yeah, this was amazing. Thank you so much. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Thanks so much for spending time with us today. If this episode made you feel seen or helped something click, join our free community at thesolopreneurceo.com. This is a space to connect with other solopreneurs who are building sustainable businesses and don't want to do it alone. And if you found this conversation helpful, leaving a quick review helps more people find the show and reminds them they're not the only ones feeling this way. We're really glad you're here, and we'll see you in the next episode.